Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back to Self Care 360, episode 3. I am Adassa, recovering workaholic, and the voice behind ROS Beauty, Health, and Marriage. If you're new to my channel, welcome. This channel is a place where we talk about everything as it pertains to healing the mind, body, soul. We're taking a 360 approach. If you haven't already watched the first 2 videos, go back and watch those. But today, we're going to talk about what affirmations are and why they're important. So affirmations are defined as positive statements that can reprogram your mindset. Consider affirmations as seeds that are planted in your mind and repeated daily. Now, the daily repetition of these seeds would be the watering. If you are into any kind of gardening like I am, you will know that in order for seeds to grow, to germinate, we're going to have to keep watering them, add sunlight, water. I germinate my seeds in the garage. I have a plant light, and you have to keep them watered because the kind of soil you germinate the seeds in is light and loose. It dries out, and the light dries it out so much you have to consistently water. Now, talking about consistency, back in the day, I would say 2007, 2010, somewhere about there, I was listening to a female preacher, and she said a statement that I never forgot. She says, "In consistency lies the power." All right. So for it to work, before you start criticizing and saying that affirmations don't work, I try them, and why would words change anything? I want you to commit. First of all, hear me out and then commit to it. You cannot water your seeds that you're trying to grow once or twice a month or once a week. The light is so powerful that they will die. It needs consistent watering. And the same goes for affirmations. Because what you're doing is rewiring your brain, so to speak. In the Black community, we are predisposed to negative self-talk. And you'll find on this channel that everything I say is to lift us up. We are in a slum, so to speak, and on this channel, we build people up. Everything that I'm saying is to lift up. We are predisposed to negative self-talk. We are fruit of the slavery tree, so to speak. A lot of us were raised in single-parent households. Majority of those single parents were females. As women and mothers and employees and church members, there are times when you get frustrated. When you get frustrated, it shows in your actions and the words that comes from your mouth. So a common thread that I've heard is mothers talking down to their children negatively, especially if there was a breakup with their father and they're no longer together and the father has moved on and this mother is bitter and angry. She will tell her child that you're just like your worthless father. Little children are sponges, pick up on those things. And they may say to themselves, why do I need to get good grades? Why do I need to do anything with my life? Because I'm just like my worthless papa. I'm not going to come to anything in life. And so these videos I'm creating is in an effort to heal us 360 degrees. We're looking on self-care from a whole new point of view. We have to change our mindset, and affirmations are a beautiful way to change your mindset. All right. Now, we are going to have to grow personally if we're going to change. To expect something different and keep on doing the same thing is insanity. So it's 2025. And it's a time of the year when everybody is making all these resolutions. You go to the gym, which we went to for business purposes a couple of days ago, and the gym was loaded. Matter of fact, statistics shows that they'll have over 500 individuals starting or joining the gym in January. Unfortunately, it's a high. We feel like, yes, it's a new year. I'm pumped. I'm ready. I'm going to start exercise. I'm going to lose this weight. I'm going to trim down. And what will happen if you don't have consistency in that, meaning that make a decision that you are going to work out 3 days a week, and come hell or high water, you get yourself to that gym. It may take going with a friend or a buddy or a spouse, because there are times when we're tired and we really don't want to be there. But in order for it to work, that's what it's going to take, consistency. Last October 2024, I embarked upon an affirmation journey. October 2023, I went to Exodus Summits. I'm part of that community of Black women looking to live an easier life where we do as little as possible. And we leave the country, or we take a sabbatical, or we find something to do that serves us. The first speaker at the 2023 Exodus Summit was Octavia Rahim, and she talks about having a rest practice. And it's something that you don't hear about. We talk about just going to sleep, but this is not just going to sleep. This is rest, where you take intentional time out for you, whether it is creating your little rest nest and reading a book or listening to music or do whatever it is that makes you happy, serve you. But the highlight of that was that she shared her playlist. So I downloaded a playlist on Spotify and I listened to it throughout the year. There was one particular song on that playlist that I really liked. As a matter of fact, they were like about, on Spotify, I started hearing a lot of different people that I didn't know before until this playlist. But there was one song by Tony Jones that talk about worth ethic. And I'm like, all my life I've heard about work ethic, but her song was entitled Worth Ethic. She's onto something. A year later, in September of 2024, I was getting ready for Exodus Summit 2024. And end of September, I was sitting at my desk one day. It was a Friday. Fridays are more chill. And there's a guy that sent out links to listen to music, chill kind of music or heavy metal, whatever it is that you want to listen to. It's more relaxing, wind down, start getting ready for the weekend. And I remembered Tony Jones. And I'm like, I heard her songs. I've been listening to her songs, but I don't know anything about her. So I went on YouTube and realized that she didn't just have that song. She had albums. I spent the whole day listening to all of her albums that time would allow. And when I got off work, I listened to her YouTube videos and I'm like, I like this chick. I joined her community and found out that she was going to be starting an affirmation challenge, a 31-day affirmation challenge. And you know who signed up? Because I told her, you know what? I've never completed anything. I get excited, I start something, but inconsistency is just on me. I need to shake off the inconsistency. And I told her that what I want out of this affirmation is to complete something. She said this would do it. So I started, and the whole idea was to listen to a song. So I started out with her songs because they were fresh in my mind. I started listening to all of her songs, and I had a whole bunch. Plus, I had the ones from Octavia Rahim, some Bob Marley. I listened to the song, and then I wrote an affirmation, a 1 or 2 sentence affirmation Sometimes just a one-liner, sometimes just 3 words you repeat over and over. I wrote that and I posted it in the group. And I kept going. And sometimes I would do first thing in the morning. Other times, if I had an early appointment, I wouldn't get a chance to do it. So I'd do it at lunch, or if not, before I go to bed. But come hell or high water, I was going to get those affirmations in. And I kept on going. At first, it just seemed like monotonous, writing down affirmations every day for those 31 days. So, what these affirmations did for me is that I started to feel a difference. The change was noticeable. I finished the challenge and I say, yes. Now that I finished something, my second thing was going to be to try to go to bed by 10 o'clock at night, because I'm a person that always work late job, second shift kind of deal, and was never able to go to sleep at a reasonable time. Plus, I have my business and the full-time job. When I get off work, I take a little break and then I start working my business. I'll be up 2 or 3 in the morning. So I said, I wanted to change that because I realized based on my visit to Costa Rica that the sun rises at 5:30 in the morning. Since that's the place that I envision to move to one of these days, I want to start getting up that time in the morning, 5:30. In order for me to do that, I'm going to have to go to bed on time. So I said, okay, if I did the affirmation challenge and I completed that, then I can go ahead and start working on something else. From November, my thing was to go to bed at 10, which I did. I continued those affirmations, even though the challenge was over, every morning. One of the affirmations was that my time belongs to me first. I've been a person who gave to everybody else. And sometimes end of the day, I'm so tired, I have nothing for myself. So these affirmations taught me to put myself first, because when I'm full, everyone gets to overflow. So I start putting myself first. I do my affirmations in the morning, I do my devotions, I do some things that I need to do first, and then I can start everybody else one. So the next thing is how affirmations impact your mindset. What affirmations are, they are rewiring your brain, okay? If you're used to negative self-talk all your life, or you're used to being always broke, or you're used to living paycheck to paycheck, or you're used to getting dumped by that sucker, or whatever the case may be, you repeat that all the time. You hate him, or you hate your job, or you hate your life. So what these affirmations are going to do is rewire your brain through consistency and repetition. We call this neuroplasticity. Dr. Caroline Leaf is a cognitive neuroscientist and communication pathologist. And she was the first to coin the term neuroplasticity. And the definition for that is the ability of the brain to change its structure and function in response to experiences, learning, and new thoughts. I read 2 of her books, Who Switched Off My Brain? Controlling Toxic Thoughts and Emotions, and Switch On Your Brain, the Key to Peak Happiness, Thinking, and Health. This is the second book, right? So that's what neuroplasticity talks about. So we're going to train your brain. So this is not just saying words over and over. This is you getting rid of the negative self-talk. This is you changing the way you think. We are changing the brain. As the definition says, it's the ability of the brain to change its structure, its function in response to experience. The experience is this new stimulus of positive thinking and learning new thoughts. So think of what you want to change in your life. Maybe you want to start having some self-love. In one of Tony Jones's song, she said, I speak nice to myself. When you start caring about yourself, you're going to find that the way that we used to speak down to ourselves, and we used to be upset with ourselves and I'm no good, or look what I did, I made a mistake. It's time to change those things. What do you want to change in your life? Start thinking about those things. All right. So we're going to craft affirmations using present tense. We're not going to say, I don't like being poor, for example, or I don't like being broke, or I don't like living from paycheck to paycheck. Instead, we're going to say in the present tense and use positive language. We're going to focus on, I am doing well. I'm now in control of my money. I no longer live the way I used to live. All right. We're going to focus on specific areas of our life. So, what is that one area? For many people, 2025 is a new year, and weight loss is that kind of season, right? I eat better. I no longer eat ultra processed foods, or at least let's wean ourselves off. So, let's say 10% of my diet is ultra processed as opposed to 80%. And now I'm going to be eating fresh whole foods and grains and seeds and nuts, and I'm going to be staying hydrated. So think of the things that you want to change in your life and start speaking those things. In the comments, share what is one positive affirmation that you are going to bring about in your life. What is one thing that you want to see changed? And how are you going to go about getting that change into your life? And this is important. All right. We're going to talk about crafting new affirmations. We want to put action to our words. It's not just about, all right, this is what I'm going to do now, but I want to put some actions to it. So we talk about using the present tense and positive language. Here are some examples. I am enough just as I am. Coax Marie have a song that she repeats over and over. I am in, I am in. If that's all you say, that is good. So leave a comment and share what you're going to talk about. What affirmations are you going to work on this week? Another affirmation could be, I am capable of achieving my dreams. So it's not just thinking about it, or we're leaving the mindset of, I never finished the things that I started. 2, I am capable of achieving my dreams. The next affirmation is, I choose joy and gratitude every day. It's a choice. We got to take the initiative to do it. I'm not going to keep saying, oh, I'm stressed out. This job is stressing me out. No, I choose joy and gratitude every day. Affirmations were a game changer for me, and I truly believe they can be for you too. Start with one affirmation today, and everybody's journey is different. We're all at a different place. Never compare yourself to anybody else. Your journey is different from that other person's. And when you start your affirmations, you want to make sure you're saying it with conviction. Start with one affirmation today. I am an advisor at an online school. When I'm talking to my students in their interview process, I help them with their interviews. I tell them to share the things that you know, the things that you're good at. Say why you're the best fit for this position. If you don't believe it, people you're talking to are not going to believe it either. The same goes for these affirmations. It's going to sound repetitive, like empty words, but I can guarantee you from my own experience, it is going to change your life. So if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share with someone who needs a little self-love today. Remember that healing starts from within. I am the owner of Rose of Sharon All Natural Health and Beauty Products. It's a business that I've done for 4 years. And I realized that the chemicals in our products, the atmosphere, everything is so bad on our skin. And so out of all of that, my skincare business was birthed. But now I realize that it's nice to have soft skin, but we also need to heal from the inside out. I want to heal before I go. Affirmation is a part of that. And if it works for me, it can work for you too. We are coming from the same thread. So I know if it works for me, it can work for you. So until next time, take care of yourself because you deserve it. See you next time.